From small-scale efforts to greening our workspaces, our homes, and urban spaces, to massive redesign initiatives, we can all play a role in our space and in our neighborhoods. We can inspire and encourage planners and architects too, equipped with new information.
I'm just going to show you what Indigenous designers are doing across this country. And to me, this is the most exciting part because it is beautiful, it is fabulous. It's a whole different way about thinking about what we can achieve as a kind of Canadian ethos in placemaking, in urban planning, in design. This is a First Nations house of learning based on the traditional Salish longhouse. This is a project in Thunder Bay. It's a place where the local teachers' college actually teaches future teachers about the true history of Canada. This is a Iroquois longhouse near Milton, Ontario. It's the first code-compliant longhouse in the country. The goal, I think, is to restore Indigenous presence in our communities, not just a building here and there, but throughout the fabric of our communities.
I worked for maybe over 10 years in the field of urban sustainability, and then something happened in my life. There was the Tunisian Revolution. At the time, many young people went to the street and they were asking for three things: شغل, حرية, كرامة وطنية. Work, freedom, and dignity. That's something that kind of really affected me hugely, and I thought, what can we do? After 20 years of living abroad, I came back home and I actually developed a project, this time not as a professional from the built environment, but more as an entrepreneur. It's called Cogit, co-working space. It's a space where young people can come here and work on their project. They can create. They can do it individually, they can do it together. They can go there to find inspiration, to actually find that click, in their mindset to say, I don't need to ask for a job, or I don't need to ask for freedom to express myself.
What sort of policies and practices are needed in conjunction with the built environment to create these cities of belonging?
We can use our environment, our physical environment, to either create places where people can fashion a sense of belonging and can feel that they can be enriched and have a higher quality of life, or we can create environments which actually cause problems. If we want there to be a society that's flourishing and holistic and linked together, we need to look after all different parts of our society. We need to find a way of living together, and that involves being kind to the rich and kind to the poor, and actually realising that everybody's enriched by living and working together.
Through your experience, what role has physical space played in contributing to community healing of those difficult pasts and kind of a reconciliation of those pasts?
These are places of inclusion that everybody uses on a daily basis. So the idea that Indigenous placemaking is for Indigenous people only is false. These are places where everybody comes together, and for Canadians to get really immersed in understanding who we are. We're all treaty people. So trying to create these positive spaces of engagement.
Maybe we need to be thinking about an entire systems change in the way we approach architecture and the way we get things done, and how people-centered community development can play a central role.